Hey guys, Accountability Angel here, and we are back outside the Whiteside County Eastern Branch in Sterling, Illinois. And if you remember from last week, they didn't want me in. Had fake signs on the door, everything else. So we'll see how they do this time, because the order that the sheriff gave was ridiculous.
You won't be able to come in.
Why?
You have notices right behind you that I'm sure that you read.
For what?
It says notice, no cell phones or other electronic devices allowed in building. And you were here last time, in fact.
Yeah.
In fact, the sheriff is getting new signs ordered.
The sheriff? The signs have nothing to do with it if you don't have a lawful order backing it up.
You don't need a lawful order.
And this is what you presented to me last time?
Let me ask you something.
What?
Because that was from the sheriff, though.
Yeah, directly to me.
Did you ever give...
Directly to me.
Did you ever get a hold of him? Because he said you could come and talk to him.
Yeah, with my camera?
I don't know if you can take...
Well, I don't need to talk with him for you to not violate my rights,
But anyway,
sir.
did you...
What was your name again?
Did you ever get a hold of him?
Transco.
Did you ever get a hold of him?
No, I don't have to.
Not?
I don't need to.
Well, but you wanted... You had questions about
I don't need to get the sheriff's approval to exercise my First Amendment right.
Well, but that
are you still? Why are you pointing at me so closely?
I'm not pointing to your phone.
Yeah, don't do that. Ask the last guy that tried pulling that shit.
So you will not be able to come in with that.
Why? You're violating my rights then.
No.
My First and Fourth Amendment rights so far.
I'm not doing a search and seizure of you.
No, you
So
you are stopping me from going about my business at my free will. You are, so that is preventing my Fourth Amendment right, right?
Now that you know that, now you can...
So you're aware that you're violating rights. So you're aware you're violating... Look, you're not allowed to do that, sir. He locked the door. Don't you have to have that unlocked until, what, 4 o'clock? Guys, they locked the door. How goofy. What a weirdo. That's all right. We'll wait for somebody to come in. You're not allowed to do that, sir. I have business in this building. I have business in this building. Is the circuit clerk located in here? You can't deny me services because I'm filming my interactions with you. Is that what you're doing? You're violating my rights? He is. What a piece of shit. This is terrible. Complete tyrants. Yeah, we're not worried about that.
Of course
we're not worried about that.
Of course not anything good the police do. Do you get my good side?
Yeah, you look great.
Thanks.
We'll turn the toilet when you're an oathbreaker, though. You're kind of ruining it.
Did I say anything mean?
No.
Like that?
No. Well, actually, you did. You said I stopped listening, remember? Because I'm rambling when I'm not. I'm standing up for my constitutional rights.
You're absolutely right.
And you telling me that, no, I am not trespassing in there, but if I do go in there, that I'm going to be arrested for trespass. Does that make any sense, sir? Does that make sense to you?
Conversation. Here's my problem. You have an agenda, and what you do in some aspects actually is a great thing.
It is.
To keep people in check. However, the way you're presenting this, you're not looking for anything positive.
I just walked in the door. I walked in the door and they jumped down my throat 2 times now.
That was that situation. But everything the sheriff's trying to tell you, you're turning it around and trying to make it into an argument.
But it's unlawful.
That's not de-escalating.
First he tells me it's a policy, then when this guy comes, he says, oh, it's a decision by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he said that, not me.
So if you're going to talk about de-escalating, you need to make it de-escalate.
But, okay, well, I'm not the one that's a sworn police officer that took an oath.
But that's the problem.
You know.
That's why this conversation really doesn't make sense to have, because it's not going to go anywhere. You and I both know that.
It's not going anywhere. I told the officers last time that they would be back because the same shit the next time I came.
Well, did you tell something about not having a name on the door or something? Under that?
There is no, you can't just have the no cell phone thing and think that counts for anything.
Where does
You
it
can't.
Where does
You
it say
can't.
that?
You know what? I'll email it to you later so I don't give you the wrong one. I will.
Because if I'm wrong, we'll change it.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
Then we'll change it.
You have to have something to back it up. You have to have a law, you know, something like that to back it up. Not just that. I could have went on Amazon and got that delivered tomorrow.
Well, those were put on way before I was sheriff.
Well, you know what? They're unlawful signs, which is one thing to say, hey, we don't want you to have them, but they can't sit there and infringe upon my rights once I actually go ahead and bring it inside, whether they like it or not. It's like doing it at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Out in the public area, yeah, they don't want you on the phone to protect privacy, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to protect the privacy. You know, same with your guys. If there's a DV victim or something, well, you should. It's part of the law.
I'm not a doctor,
Oh, yeah, but you're the one that gets called if something's going on there with that, and you want to make the right call.
but not for privacy violation.
You've never seen, oh, there's this lady here filming that won't leave. You've never gotten a call like that?
I never have.
Not
I've
yet.
never had anything till you have been doing this, right?
Well, there's plenty of people that do this, and we do it for a very good reason. And like I said,
Absolutely.
if I was some 4-time felon that made some shitty choices and all this, and I was a different color and all these things, you guys probably would be even worse towards me, which I think is sad, because I think maybe friendly-wise you've been okay, but the way I was treated was very bad, and I have no doubt in my mind if I was a black man, that they would have went hands-on completely sooner. And this has got to stop. I don't care if I'm a chick, a man, any of it. You know, this can't go on. This can't go on. We can't deprive people of their rights.
At all, and I pride myself in treating people fairly and respectfully, and it's an honor when I'm out and about and I see people that I've arrested and they come up and talk to me.
No, that's
Because
good.
I've treated them good.
Because you know what happens when you don't treat them good? You're putting
You're right.
him at risk, you're putting them
You're
at risk,
right.
and everybody else
Absolutely.
around. You
Absolutely.
know. So, are you going to look into this unlawful order you have on this building?
Yeah, absolutely. You haven't given me much time. When
I
do
give you a week.
Okay.
This is
What
the
else
next
have-
time. I
what
live
else
an
have we
hour
had?
away. I gave you plenty of time.
Fortunately, we've had 3 burglaries in progress we've caught.
And you got some oath breakers in your
We've
courthouse.
had, unfortunately, some deaths that we're investigating throughout our county. So, yeah, but this is top of my list. If I'm doing something wrong, we're gonna fix it.
This should be at the top of your. I'm serious.
I
I'm
am
serious.
too.
And I will send you via email. What's your email?
Please do.
What's your email address, sir?
jbooker@whiteside.org.
jbooker@whiteside.org.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you feel about them instantly offering to go hands-on with me if I don't leave? As I was standing in the same spot. How do you feel about that?
We have discussed things with them and we've talked with all our officers.
Are you gonna make them get bigger name tags, or at least require them that every time they identify?
We're not gonna get bigger name tags.
Because you want to know what happened? There was a court officer in LaSalle County, the one that put hands on me, and he told me his name, and I didn't quite hear it because of mass, and I said Bonds, and he said, yeah, something like that. So I thought it was Bonds the whole time, and even when I reported him to the police for battery, I reported him to Ottawa Police Department, gave that name, and the whole time I thought he had a whole different name because he's a liar. And he failed the ID, and he didn't have a badge on. You know, it's very important, because these guys, not saying they are, but they could be doing some fucked up things, and you got to have a process that's victim friendly. You have to. You know.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Have you heard of Daniel Holtzclaw? I hope you Google it. You too. I hope you Google it. Daniel Holtzclaw used to be a police officer, I think, in Oklahoma City, but he was going around, and there was, I don't know how many, around 10 or so, 8 or 10 black women that were getting raped while he was on duty, you know, abusing his powers, and they were too afraid to tell. And then finally there was one that blew the whistle, and then this guy got in big trouble, but we need to make it easier. Not saying that they're doing that, but you know what I mean?
But that guy should rot in jail.
And he is. He is. He was convicted. But the thing is, we got to have an easy complaint process. And I have PTSD, so those guys jumping right up at me the way they did over me, just bringing the camera in immediately, was ridiculous. They didn't give me a chance to say anything. It was like 2 seconds in, and if you watch my video, you saw that.
I did.
It's not cool. But anyway, there needs to be a real order to back this up, and it should be readily available. It should. You know? Those don't do it. If there's some sort of law underneath, that would do it. But there's not. Do you understand that? So at this point, Sheriff Booker, you and your guys here are violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights. And if you choose to try to tell me that if I go in, then I would be charged with trespass, even though you said I'm not criminally trespassed from here, wouldn't that be a violation of my 14th? Because I believe so.
And I disagree with that. but-
Why? What would it be then, though? It'd be directly retaliating because I'm going in there to exercise my First Amendment right to film which is a violation of the 14th as far as
Do you
I
have
believe.
any credentials saying you're press or anything like that?
I don't have to have credentials, but
I'm just asking if you did. I'm not saying you do.
I do. I don't gotta give them to you though.
Well, I wasn't asking.
I'm an independent
I
journalist.
wasn't asking for them, was I?
Credentials doesn't matter because you can't do this to anybody.
Okay.
Any of us can pick up a camera. I went to that LaSalle Veterans Home and picked my camera up and discovered some nasty shit there.
I saw that.
You know? I turned into a big old shitstorm.
I saw that.
But we can't be doing that. We can't retaliate against people for sticking up for their rights.
No one retaliated.
You know? Well,
I'm gonna end it with this, I have to go inside and use the restroom, I apologize.
yeah, they wouldn't let me in to use it, so I still have to pee.
Here's another thing, what's your first name again?
Accountability Angel.
Accountability. Sometimes in this courtroom, oftentimes, you're gonna have young children that were victims of a crime. You're gonna have females that were victims of crimes. And then you're walking in to put something on YouTube, you're putting their faces, these victims that have been through enough in their life, you're gonna put them on camera for your agenda. I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm gonna ask before I leave, think about them, okay?
Sir, I hate to tell you, but I was in
They've been
foster
through-
care and a domestic violence
You
victim
under-
myself,
you
and I totally understand that.
understand what they've been through.
But it's up to
appreciate
you guys to protect them
I'm just gonna
and
leave
put
it
them
at
in a
that. I
private
appreciate
room.
that. But they still
If
gotta
there's-
come in the building too.
It's still gotta be.
Well, yeah, but
And
the
this
thing is, I do have the right to point it at them, but I generally point my camera away from people.
I hope you would.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
Same with cussing. I can cuss.
What's that?
Said I can cuss, but isn't that against the law to lock that door during business
You have
hours?
to have access, and they're allowing people to have access.
I don't know. I think it's we'll have to look into that.
We're gonna
I'll
have
double
to.
check that. No, I'm serious though, for real. I'm glad you came, but we didn't get anywhere.
You're sure we did.
Where?
I listened to everything you're telling me.
You told me, oh, I stepped
Well,
outside
some
a
of the
couple
time
minutes.
you were rattling on, but
But it's not rambling on. It's
it is
you.
when I can't listen to with
Well-
the mask and everything what you're saying.
Well, you guys forced me to wear the damn mask. That's another debate. That's a whole different debate.
Come to a county board meeting.
But we cannot violate our rights
Right.
for nothing.
But-
We can't do that just because.
But I don't think that's a violation, you're right.
It is.
That's
It
where we-
is.
That's where we disagree.
If
And
you
we
say
have-
so.
And this America, we have a right to disagree.
We do, but you know, the thing is, you cannot, as a law enforcement order officer and an employee of the state, you can't do that. You can't violate my rights. You can't stop me from entering this building,
And I don't think we are.
because isn't that a violation of the Fourth Amendment, though?
I don't think it is.
And what about a violation of the First?
I don't think it is.
I'm supposed to be able to go in there, film my public building just like it's everybody else's in this area, not just little law enforcement
What would be
officers.
accomplished to see any courthouse, another courthouse in our county, I allowed you to walk in and film? What are we accomplishing?
I'll check out the beautiful architecture, pictures, anything they have. Poke around, ask people questions about what they do there. Some people don't know what goes on inside this building,
All they gotta do
and they're
is
curious.
get a tour.
Are you gonna let me have a tour with my phone? That's why I didn't call you over this.
Without
That's
your
a,
phone. I would
What?
sit down and talk to you for hours.
yeah, with my phone
Absolutely. Absolutely.
in this building.
I really know we're in this building. My office is in Morrison,
And do you guys allow them in your office or in your
but for
building?
you, I'd allow you to come in and we could sit and talk for hours.
You didn't want to hear me rambling when you were trying to violate my rights.
It would be a little bit more controlled environment than right here in this thing.
I didn't choose to be here. They wouldn't let me move
I
beyond
know,
here.
I know, but
You know, they wouldn't even let me go to the bathroom in this building that they're charging me tax dollars for, just like you and everybody else, right?
well, they're not charging you. You don't live in the
It
county.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Well, my children live here part of the time, so I count it. Doesn't matter nonetheless. Yeah, that's why I'm not here.
Okay.
But either way, we can't do that stuff. We can't violate people's rights. We can't just
And
pull laws out of our butt. These guys need to quit treating people like shit. That's not okay. All right, didn't come in acting like a threat. I wasn't aggressive. I didn't even barely say anything because he jumped on me immediately. And then this guy, he locked me out right away.
I know.
Are you going to punish them?
Well, that would be a personal stuff, and I don't have the ability. I can't talk to you about personnel things on how I handle things.
To
That would
your-
be a violation of someone's rights. On how
Well, I don't know. A lot of times
how I handle personnel things.
The majority of that's public record, though. I've requested plenty of complaints and all
You
this,
haven't
and
had any personnel file, have you?
not for here.
Ever?
What?
Have you ever got a personnel file?
Oh, I've gotten some stuff. Nick Biagioni, let me just tell you from Peru PD, that wasn't his first time making up lies and doing the wrong thing. I'll tell you that much.
So you have got people's personnel files?
Well, I got something
simple
close
yes
to
or
no.
no?
I got something
A
close to
simple
no.
yes or no, personnel files?
No.
Okay, so I can't share what I.
Well-
Right?
But it's public record, most of it, unless
No,
it's like
not your personnel files.
No. What I'm saying is, if somebody, say, gets caught because they're weaving around traffic and some little Karen calls you telling on them and all that, that is, they release that to the public. If they get, you know how you do like,
Did you say Karen?
yeah, Karen. We got a bunch of Kens and whatever else in there. No, I'm serious. I'm dead ass. I'm really disappointed, Sheriff Booker. You seem like a decent person. You seem okay, but you're being an oathbreaker. And your guys are being an
And I
oathbreaker.
disagree with you on that, but I'm gonna look and see if
So,
you're right.
what are we going to do? If I send you the email later with exactly what you need to see,
If I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna fix it.
you're good. Right away?
Yeah.
We're not going to say, oh, I had burglaries, blah, blah, blah. Because I know you got some secretary, some sergeant, somebody that can make sure that this is right and that your guys know right.
And what I've looked into, I'm not doing anything wrong, but if you show me something I am, I'm gonna look into it.
I hope so. This channel, it's only 2 months old. We just had our 2-month birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
there's been several changes made already.
And that's all you
And a lot of it has to do with the safety of police officers
positive things.
and their inmates.
Because so many people are against police.
Yeah, and I'm not.
I know you're not. I can tell by the way you're talking. You're not anything bad to us.
Yeah, and when I have the comments about killing cops and all that, I delete them from there because I don't want that a part of my channel. They can have their
They can do
opinions,
that.
but that's a little much. But this is why we can't treat people like shit. Because what if, I could have been walking in there to report some terrible assault and not want to tell them and want to document it.
I understand.
I don't know about you, but you ever know the people that the stuff's going through their minds so fast and they can't even catch up when they're trying to tell you what's going on?
Yeah. We can't have one side on one side. We have to meet in the middle and work together to fix problems.
That's why we got to follow the law,
And
then.
we're not gonna accomplish things if we can't have communication and work together.
Yes, I agree with that. But I don't think locking some chick out of the building with a camera is the way to do it. Yeah, sorry, they're closed today, sir. Yeah, me too.
All right,
All right,
All right.
you're gonna send me that stuff?
Yes, I will. I'll get on it. When I get back to town, I got you. And I'm going to show you. And by the next time I come here, which I'm not telling you when, I'm hoping to see it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely.
The best thing to do to fix this, why don't you have a sit down with the sheriff, set up an appointment, sit down, you guys can work it out, hash it out, talk about all of the policies that you feel that need to be changed. Let him make that final decision based on
I'm
what the
happy
law
to do
says.
that.
And then you have your argument in front of you, your case is ready to go. I'll tell you what, knowing him as long as I've known him so far, he is willing to do that. So that'd be the best thing.
I hope so, but I
If you
hate
come
to
with
tell
a
you.
camera, it's gonna create a different.
Oh, I need
atmosphere.
the camera.
Let's have a sit down and afterwards, I will film you doing your interview on what you accomplished. How's that?
Oh, you'll film me.
Absolutely, I'll be your.
You
I'll be
giving
your
me the
camera
rights
guy.
to the video?
Oh, it's on the camera though. It'll be your
Now
property.
you bring the coffee and donuts.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see.
thank
We'll
you
see
for
if I can show you exactly what I need to. Then and you're witnessing
I'm
this.
right here listening.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much, Miss Angel. Pleasure meeting you.
You too, man. Thank you. Well, actually, no, thank you, but
Hey, do me a
I'm
favor.
being nice.
Now, so you've been through the issues in the past, right?
With what?
With being a foster child and all that.
Yeah,
You're the one who really should have that empathy towards these little ones.
I do.
Okay, then
I don't sit there and record
They're
them.
about to walk out. That's why I really appreciate you going.
Of course.
All right, you take
All
care.
right, bye,
Now, are you
guys.
gonna say where you went to school?
Oh, don't take my bad
Morris.
side.
Where?
Morris.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you went to Illinois Valley Community College.
I went there too.
So did I. Well, thank you.
Be safe.
I'm a vet.
What's the ice?
I beat shit outside the bar and whacked my head. I learned the hard way.
What's that?
Nothing.
I crashed real hard on Saturday. I'm walking on ice.
Uh-oh. All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, you saw it. I'm going to get online and get everything I need to send to him. But it's been quite the freaking video. But I'm actually kind of happy that I got to hash it out with him. Wasn't expecting that. But we'll see. And they're talking about having to sit down. What sucks is it's kind of far from home, so I really got to think about arranging that. But We'll see. We will see. Very interesting stuff today. Very interesting. But this won't be the end of it. I'll be back. I will definitely be back. Don't forget to hit the bell. Allowed to go to the bathroom because of my camera. Oh, yes, I can. I won't have it rolling in the bathroom.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. John Booker, the sheriff.
Oh, great. Oh. So,
What's going
I
on?
came back here. You're the one that supposedly sent
I
me
did.
this, which was supposed to be an order from
No,
you guys posted
no,
on the door.
no
Your
order.
guys threatened me. They're jerks. They threatened me immediately within the first 2 seconds, telling me that I would be physically removed from right in the little entrance if I didn't move. They got right up on me.
Sure.
And then the police came. They called the cops on me.
Right.
And then Sterling Police came, who had just dealt with me.
Oh, right.
And Sterling Police didn't make me leave. I ended up just finally leaving on my own because I wanted to.
Sure.
And they asked me to go ahead and do it because they were taking forever because they were having you write this up
No.
at that moment. It
That
seemed
that
like.
was written a long time ago, once I saw some of your videos.
Well, nonetheless, well, I've only been doing this 2 months, so not that long ago. But there's nothing on there that's lawful.
That says-
Those little Walmart signs are not lawful orders. There's no judge, there's
It's not
no...
an- It's not an order.
No, they're telling me I cannot come in. I couldn't even go to the bathroom because of it. And this is a public building.
Not with your phone, you can't.
But where's the order?
It's not an order.
Where's the law?
It's not a rule.
Where's the law? A policy doesn't trump the Constitution, Sheriff Booker.
But you told me in the Constitution where it says about your phone.
It doesn't specifically say that. It grants the right to free press, doesn't it? And this is a part of my free press. This is what I use to post on Accountability Angel for my investigative journalism.
Sure. And I understand where you're coming
So
from, but-
you're infringing on my First Amendment right and my Fourth. And if they tried to arrest me, which I think they
I
said
don't
last
see where
time,
it- Where it's doing that to you. I'm
What?
in violation of any of
you
it.
don't. I cannot freely go in there. Look, I can't open this. This violates my Fourth Amendment right in this building that's supposed to be open right now.
I see that.
Does it not?
Yeah.
Does it not? And you know what? There was one guy that turned away and walked away, and they finally let him in that back door, supposedly.
Yeah.
But he thought it was closed.
Well, you can't take your phone in the courthouse.
Why?
Because
There's no order, sir.
It's not an order, it's our rules and regulations that we're.
I hate to be completely rude to you, but I see why your guys are oath breakers, because you're being an oath breaker right now.
You can say that.
You
can say
are.
that.
You
And I-
are.
And I disagree with you on that.
How do you disagree? Why are their name tags so small that I had to get way up on him to finally see it? And only one of them, out of the 2 times I've been here, only one would identify.
And that was addressed.
Do you have a policy on it?
That was addressed.
Do you have a policy on that?
It's a state policy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to give your name and badge number.
That's what I thought.
You're
So,
right on that part.
well, yeah. Look, she's locked out too. Watch. Watch. Unless they're smart enough to see her, but they didn't see that one guy. They saw the first one. They didn't see the second one. Do you see the problem here?
I do. That's why I came over. I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, but
But you can't take your phone.
you're causing the issue if you're giving your guys these unlawful orders. Not only are you breaking your oath, they are, and they're also violating the law, right?
And I disagree with you on that.
How?
I've talked.
It's not an agree-disagree thing.
Sure it is.
This is a publicly funded building.
Right, and you don't
Right?
have the right to take your
And it's
phone.
open during business hours. It's open right now, supposedly. Right?
Sure.
So what are we doing? So you are okay with them? What was your name, sir?
Detective Michael Layton with Whiteside County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Why don't they identify? And for real, I'm only 27 years old, and I said this last time. It's so small, I can't even read it, and I don't even have bad
They're all
eyes.
like that.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. Maybe you should take that into account for later.
You show me where a law that says about your name tag.
No. It shouldn't be, though. Your guys should be easily identified, period, when they're on duty. Because guess what? They tried to threaten me last time.
It's easy just to say your name.
They won't do it. They won't do it.
We will. We
You
will.
watch my videos.
I
You
will.
watch my
I
videos.
will.
Because now your guys are going to be on their
Small
toes.
area?
Yeah,
I grew up in Mendoza.
good for you.
You got an LP?
No,
St. Bede.
no, I didn't grow up in the area.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so why are you okay with your officers violating my First Amendment right to film and my Fourth Amendment right to go in here, do my business as I normally would?
You can't take your camera in there.
But I'm not detained, right?
No, heck no, you're not detained.
Well, if
But you
I'm free to
can't-
go, I'm free to stay, and if I'm free to stay, I can have my camera rolling as long as we're in this public building, right?
Not inside the building.
Right?
I'm speaking, not him.
No, you don't.
I'm
You don't want him. Because he works under you, and he knows that you're wrong.
I know.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you doing?
Great. Can I have your name, please?
Officer Messer, Sergeant Messer, Todd Messer with the Sterling Police Department.
Thank
How
you.
can I help you?
Well, these guys came up. I didn't know who finally got sent, but they won't allow me in the building because I'm filming, and I waited almost an hour for them to send me some paperwork that was supposedly law and order, saying I couldn't be there beyond those little signs they got that they could have got at Walmart. And all he says was that we don't allow it. It's the policy and everything. Well, the policy could not violate the Constitution, right?
Well,
And that's what
unfortunately,
it's
the
doing.
Illinois Supreme Court states that cameras are not allowed into courthouses.
In the courtroom.
Into courthouses.
Where is
And
it?
there's a second appellate district case that affirms that a subject was arrested for resisting arrest because they brought a camera in and refused to obey the...
Well, they can be arrested for anything. That doesn't mean it went anywhere.
Well, it was
How'd
held
the
up by
arrest
the
go?
appellate. It was held up by the appellate court.
Uh-huh.
So, if you want to...
So what was that statute?
What was it? The Supreme Court has of Illinois has restricted the use of cameras in courtrooms, in courthouses.
Now, I understand the courtrooms, but I've never seen a courthouses thing. And if that's the case, why did they send me this BS letter instead of...
I don't know what the letter says, and
Oh, read it.
I can't speak about the letter.
They did. They sent it. They had me waiting forever with his officers.
Ma'am, the Supreme Court limits the use of cameras in courthouses, okay? That's up to the Supreme Court. If you want to apply for a camera, you have to go to a specific case for a specific court proceeding with the chief judge of that court or the media coordinator for that district.
So if I FOIA request that there is a state law
And
or
then
anything banning...
There's a second appellate court decision that you can look up.
Why isn't it posted?
The second appellate...
Aren't those supposed to be posted just like that other order right there? Aren't they supposed to be posted within like so many feet of the entrance?
It's been posted that there's no cameras.
That doesn't
That's
go.
all we have to do is put a sign up that says they're not allowed.
Now, what happens if people do come here with cameras? Because you claim it's against the law, but I've been here a couple times now.
You can't take one into the building.
What?
Unless it's for evidence and a judge says, okay.
You don't know what I'm here for. Nobody
I
asked
understand.
me.
You have to get cleared by the judge to get the camera.
Since when? The judge has to make an order banning it, right?
No.
Since
the
when?
judge is in charge of the courtroom. I'm in charge of the buildings.
Now, why are you allowing your officers to not identify and to do these unlawful acts? Because first you told me it was policy, and now you're going along with what he's saying, which is saying it's law. I mean, it's recorded, so I can't change it.
You're just trying to start arguing.
I'm trying to start arguing.
And that's not necessary.
Why?
Because we're not here to argue.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you.
But you're changing
I was completely cordial to every one of his officers I ran into last time.
Absolutely.
Twice in a row.
Absolutely.
When you guys are, again, violating my
And you're
rights.
cordial to me too, right?
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay.
if you want to bring a camera into the courthouse, you have to get permission by the judge.
Since when?
Okay?
Last I
Supreme
knew
Court-
under the law that it was for in the courtroom.
Supreme
Courtroom.
Court says that.
Can you show me the statute?
There is no statute that says that.
Can you
can't-
show
it's a-
me the law?
it's a
Can you
court
show me the
ruling.
ruling?
It's a court ruling.
Could you pull it up on your phone and show me?
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, then what do we do? We can't enforce laws if we don't know if they're real.
I know what it says. The Supreme Court rules.
So when you write your ticket for me or whatever, what are you going to write in there if you don't know which one it is?
I do know what it is, because.
Then show me.
But you
Show me.
have-
I'll leave.
listen,
You show
listen,
me.
Listen.
You too.
Listen, Supreme Court rules says that you don't have to, or that you can't. They can limit the cameras and stuff. There's a second appellate court. I believe it's Laren versus the state of Illinois, where an arrest was held for resisting because the subject refused to leave and fought with the officer with refusing the cell phone in the courthouse.
What about ACLU versus Alvarez?
What's that?
So what about ACLU versus Alvarez? I'm allowed to record you guys in your official duty.
Gentlemen,
How are you?
Yeah, you
Well-
can record.
They have to unlock the door to let people in. Even Batman.
that seems like none of my concern.
Oh, I can tell Batman.
All right. Well, so as far as policy, if you have a complaint, that's the man you need to speak to.
You want to know what happened to the guys that put hands on me at the LaSalle County Courthouse? They ended up getting called by their superior saying, you better let her in now because they put hands on me and I was supposed to be allowed in there.
How do you not get arrested by going up by talking to the inmates?
Because they didn't have a sign anywhere besides right on the building. Now they moved it. It snowed, so I didn't check the other side, but I'm assuming they didn't even put a trespass sign on the other side coming from behind.
Well, I understand everything.
They tried to hunt me down a video before that about that.
I understand everything you're doing, and
Well, yeah, I'm doing it for good reasons, and I showed police officers, and like the lady at the post office an hour ago, I showed them doing a good job, and I emailed their bosses and everything. Your guys have done a shit job. Terrible job, and instantly they threaten you with physical force. You know, there's 3 of them that threaten me immediately.
right.
Have you seen that video of your guys?
If I did, you think I'd be standing here talking to you?
Well, you knew I was here.
Well, no, I thought.
Are you proud of how they escalated it so quickly when they're supposed to be trained in de-escalation? I'm not even a criminal. I don't even get arrested or get ticketed or anything. So I can imagine me being a black man from the east side or whatever. No, it's not. No, it is fair to say because those guys get even worse treatment is my point.
And you didn't try to egg those guys on?
Absolutely not. I was standing up for my rights. How did I? Please tell me.
You didn't try to egg them on a little?
Please tell me.
Just a little?
No, not even a little.
Okay.
Not even a little. They instantly jumped on me immediately, and you saw that.
I did.
You should watch your own videos and see how close he got to me for doing something constitutionally protected.
Sure. I understand.
And first it's policy, and now it's supposedly law or whatever, a decision. So I'm not sure what nobody's on the same page. And why? Okay.
He doesn't work for me. That's
Please
why.
answer me why you have sheriff's officers here, but no complaint forms for those officers here. I think if they're working here, I think you as a sheriff should say, hey, I better have some complaint forms there because people don't want to drive to Morrison. Morrison's way out of my way.
Sure.
You know, and probably plenty of other people's. Do you guys have complaint forms for online? Do you offer that?
No, we don't. We have a number where you can call 24 hours a day.
And if people try to make anonymous complaints, do you allow that without haggling them, or do you haggle them?
Well, we look into it.
No, I mean haggle them, like give them a hard time. Like I've had a department when I was complaining on their officer to put hands on me, try to tell me I couldn't anonymously file it. Same with my FOIAs, which was also wrong.
Yeah.
So you're not going to allow me entrance because I have a camera
Correct.
that I'm using for my story.
Correct.
And you're aware that whatever these guys do, you're on the hold for, right?
I'm the sheriff, yep.
Is that a toy gun or a real gun?
Probably a real one.
Are you married?
Nope.
Did you not honor your vows?
Well, I think that's a personal attack on me.
No, I asked a question.
And what was
Go
your
ahead.
final comment after that?
What? I said, did you honor your vows?
And of course I do. Do you?
No.
Okay then. All right, let's just get out of here.
You can get out. I'm still
You're not
filming.
gonna
You
stay.
told me I can't be in there.
You can't-
But you're acting like I'm fine in here. What?
Okay, well you're not.
Is this okay only for the 5 minutes you're all right with
You
it?
can stay here till the cows come home. I don't care that.
Oh, I am.
You stay here till 4 o'clock when we shut the doors.
Oh, well, 4:30 I'll hang out, then I'll go out. 4:29 I'll leave.
Okay, you can stay here that whole time, but you will not enter there.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
What if your qualified immunity is shot from that? Are you
Sorry?
okay with that? Would you put your house on the line for that?
For what?
For depriving me of my rights and of my business
Are
inside?
you sure you can't be arrested if you go
Would you
there?
put your rights up?
Are you sure you can't be arrested?
They wouldn't tell me what
Are
they
you
would
sure?
do. Yeah, absolutely. I can't get in a locked door though.
I wouldn't.
I can't get in
I
a
wouldn't
locked
tell
door.
you something unless I knew the answer.
Are you trespassing me?
No.
Then what are you doing? You can't just
But if
pull a
we-
law out of your butt.
Well, you're right, but if we tell you you can't go in there and you do,
So I'm not trespassed, but I can't go into public property
with your phone,
or I'll be gone.
with your phone,
So what's the charge going to be, sir?
it'd be criminal trespass.
You told me I'm not trespassed.
You're
You
not.
just said it.
You're not, but once you.
So, but if my phone's with me, it's trespass.
You can enter all you want.
Wouldn't that directly violate the 14th then, since you're trying to make something that's constitutionally protected a crime?
What's in my mouth?
But isn't that true? That's the way I see it.
I lost you about 3 words ago. I quit listening because you just.
You quit listening?
Yes.
Why?
Because you keep rambling.
I keep rambling. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be a leader.
I am.
You're a leader. I hope your ass don't get elected next time. I hope so.
Well,
How many terms of a sheriff are you, sir?
How many terms?
Yeah.
This is my first term.
Oh. Well, you guys see what you voted into office.
Yeah. That's
An
right.
oathbreaker.
I know.
This guy's been nice and quiet so far, but that just makes me question things.
And no matter what we do, we're wrong with you, right?
No.
No matter.
Do you not see my good videos? Did you not see?
I haven't
Hey,
seen one good one yet.
Are you kidding me? Go check out my one of the LaSalle police chief, one of my first
If you cover our
videos.
shopping with the sheriff,